if I could, I want to introduce Peter Betzer, who is the founding dean and dean emeritus in the College of Marine Science, University of South Florida. I asked Peter to participate because he is the driving force behind their wonderful Bridge to the Doctorate program that we started during his tenure. So, Peter.
Yes, thank you very much, Chris. This is a special privilege to share experiences about the Bridge to the Doctorate that essentially addressed a very daunting problem of underrepresented minorities in marine science at the University of South Florida. I want to thank Dave Nahr, who was the head of the college's graduate program. He supplied me with a lot of the data that had been accumulated since I retired in 2008. And actually, I sort of felt like I could leave the meeting and turn it to some of our graduates. I took a look out and I saw Karina Rosario, Regina Easley, Nikisha Williams, Catherine Bailey, and these are all people who have gone through our program. The next slide, please. So an aerial view of the research cluster in Bay Borough Harbor, Florida. The peninsula that sticks out there is 11 acres and has almost 1,000 people involved in marine science. Now, I was there for 37 years, except for the 2 years I was at sea. And the next slide shows a group of us that work on Moana Wave. There is, in fact, as you can tell from being in the Pacific, a challenge of trying to use heavy equipment in a rough ocean. And the yellow arrow points to the person who is never going to get any kudos for safety at sea. That indeed was me. Fortunately, we survived the challenges on the Moana Wave, and I got back to Bay Borough Harbor safely. The next slide, please. I'd like to highlight the challenge for the marine sciences is a lot like that for the geosciences. If you take a look at the PhDs that are awarded, there's several thousand for African Americans in all programs. And this is from 2002 through 2005. Ocean sciences, the total doctoral awards goes along nicely in the 90s. But when you look at the African Americans and Hispanic people who get PhDs in ocean sciences, it's pathetic. It's essentially non-existent. And even worse for the College of Marine Science at the University of South Florida, we had straight zeros on all 5 years. We graduated no underrepresented minorities in that 5-year period. So we decided in about 2002 that we'd better confront the challenge. And there were an awful lot of people and groups that got together and it were important to what has evolved in USF's College of Marine Science. The next slide. The marine science faculty, I mean, we've talked about mentors, and they were critical both in marine science and engineering. The Office of Research at USF and the upper administration both provided substantive awards for fellowships for our underrepresented minority students. The National Science Foundation, this is looking at basically the Larry Robinson rule for continuity, support all the way through from 2004 to 2020. And over that period, $8 million has been provided for underrepresented minority fellowships. The Florida Georgia Lewis Stokes Alliance for Minority Participation, all of the NSF money came through that wonderful group. A.B. Sloan reviewed us in 2004. And that year we were provided and made a part of their minority institution network. And that is continued. They continued giving money through 2014 that amounted to about 2.2 million. The Council on Ocean Leadership, their board was very generous. They provided 5 years of fellowship support amounting to $100,000 for fellowships for Bridge to the Doctorate. And our St. Petersburg Downtown Partnership, our business community, You can see the years there a little bit outside the box that I had defined, but they have been crucial boosters to the marine sciences and the University of South Florida essentially forever. We had a host of individual donors, and you'll see some pictures later. And finally, I want to recognize Bernard Batson, who's in the College of Engineering, but he has been a champion for underrepresented minorities throughout this entire era. So even though he's not in marine science, he deserves a lot of credit here. The next slide, please. The person I think that we can all thank for this is Dr. James Hicks, who was at the National Science Foundation for 23 years. Dr. Hicks just stepped down from his desk at NSF, but he was the one who, when he joined in 1997, realized that although there was substantial support for undergraduates in underrepresented minorities, that there was in fact no federal money had for underrepresented minorities that wanted to earn a PhD. So he worked in 2003, Dr. Hicks got substantial amounts of money dedicated and set aside for underrepresented minorities to earn PhDs in universities. The next slide features the champions for this effort that we started at the, no, back one, please. The champions that we had for the Bridge to the Dock people. One slide forward, please. We had people who generated the proposals for the National Science Foundation. We had the people who worked very hard to attract top-notch students. And we also had people, high-ranking people, who celebrated this new program that started in 2004. The faculty leaders are in the middle of this image. Dr. Ashanti Pirtle, who was a key person to getting a lot of our talented people like Regina Easley to join our graduate program. Dr. Shakir Bansali from engineering, Dr. Luis Garcia Rubio. In the background, Dr. Ralph Turner and Byron Green of Florida Georgia LS AMP. A much younger Peter Betzer is there, and Rhea Law, who served as the chair of the University of South Florida's Board of Trustees, is in the left front. Of course, the major focus is on the $50,000 check from the St. Petersburg Downtown Partnership that they wrote in August of 2006 to support an endowment that would be for the Bridge to the Doctorate. This was their third $50,000 donation. So this was all made before 2007. So this revolutionary new program got off to a tremendous start. We had federal support, university support, and substantial local support. And we were quite fortunate. We were able to attract a host of talented students. And the next slide shows the group. So we trying to think, you see some of the same people featured. Dr. Pirtle, chair of the Board of Trustees. To the left of Dr. Pirtle in white is Nikisha Williams, who will be speaking shortly. And to her left is Regina Easley, and then Karina Rosario is up there too. So this is a wonderful thing to see what has happened to the people who started in 2006, and now they've moved on and been successful. So the next slide shows what's happened with the Bridge to the Doctorate program over a 7-year period stretching from 2010 to 2016. For all of ocean sciences, so this represents the output from all 40 ocean science programs that have PhDs, there were 25 Hispanic people who earned PhDs and 10 African Americans. At the University of South Florida College of Marine Science, we had 9 Hispanic PhDs awarded and 6 African Americans. So we basically went from none in a 7-year period to 15. The average number of PhDs that were produced in both of these periods from 2002 to 6, 11. And so what happened was we didn't change the total output, but what we did change is the culture of our graduate student society. And for that, I'm really grateful. So we have a lot to celebrate. The next slide. The graduates that we have are university and college faculty members. They're employed by federal agencies, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NASA. They're postdoctoral fellows, and each of these people is a role model for others. And in fact, if you look in the bottom there, you'll see Nikisha, a somewhat younger Nikisha, and she'll be talking just a little bit later. Now, the next slide highlights a few of our graduates, and all of our graduates are scientific role models, but many of them are also people who are changing the culture of our society. There we go. Camille, the person on the left, the first year she graduated, she got a multi-year award from the National Science Foundation. She recently produced a TED Talk that was really excellent, and currently works in a genomics lab at the University of South Florida. I mean, it's wonderful when you attract these people from other places and they stay on. Dr. Sinai Haps, University of Virgin Islands, has won several awards from the National Science Foundation that are focused on involving younger people in the geoscience, and that is the younger people that are underrepresented minorities. The person who looked pretty stern there, Regina, that's Regina Easley on an icebreaker, taking measurements. Regina is a scientist at the National Institutes of Standards in Gaithersburg, Maryland, and she has an active role in inspiring young women. So these are wonderful examples to the people in the outside world. So not just great scientists, but they're really doing a lot to change the culture of our society. The next slide, please. Both Dr. Robinson and Isaiah Warner stressed the importance of mentors. And the University of South Florida College of Marine Science is blessed to have a bunch of great mentors, two magnificent mentors. On the left, Dr. Pamela Hellickmuller, and on the right, Dr. Maya Breitbart. So they have been productively involved with underrepresented minorities. And as has been stated and is intuitively obvious, these are the individuals who are pivotal to changing the culture, not just in marine science, but in any university. The next slide features the generous donors who basically created a major endowment for Bridge to the Doctorate. This endowment is providing fellowships for underrepresented minorities in the College of Marine Science at the University of South Florida. So what you see, the group that you see in front of you in less than 3 years built an endowment of $951,000. And thanks to these donors, the college will always be able to support 2 underrepresented minority candidates for the doctorate. As I think I mentioned before, the business community, our downtown business community, and there are 2 people there, gave over $150,000 to this effort over the less than 3 years. One of the major donors was a graduate student from our department, Mike Morris, the person in the beard near the top. The editor, the chief executive officer of the major newspaper in the region, Paul Tash, the Huff family. So we have a lot of enlightened individuals who have made, have greatly improved our ability to serve underrepresented minorities. Now the striking person near the top of the slide is the Vice Mayor of St. Petersburg, Florida, Dr. Kanika Tomlin. And she was pivotal in securing a $125,000 gift from the city of St. Petersburg that will be given over the next 5 years to increase the endowment for Bridge to the Doctorate. So we're incredibly thankful to her for her efforts that are going to to make the College of Marine Science a much better place for all of us. Finally, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the skin diver in the lower left. That's one of our first underrepresented minority PhDs, Camille Daniels. She actually, although she was incredibly poor, she was so motivated and inspired by this program that she gave some of her money to the endowment for Bridge to the Doctorate. So anyway, this is, to me, an incredible, and I think we can all be thankful that people here have done so much to advance not just marine science, but our society. Finally, there is a testimonial I'd like to give, and that's to Dr. Hicks. He was the person who started the Bridge to the Doctorate program in 2003. And I think we can all be thankful for his major contribution to our society. And for me, he serves as an inspiration for all of us. Thank you.